Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today on behalf of my district, my state, and my country to say that the Chinese Communist Party is actively working to destroy America. From aggressive military actions to spying on Americans through TikTok and high-altitude balloons, the CCP is focused on becoming the world's #1 superpower. To everyone listening today, I want to make something very clear. China is not our friend. They are coming at us militarily, economically, and educationally. They are our biggest adversary. We know that China is targeting our country as a whole, and we also know that they are targeting individual states as well. For example, in Nebraska, China has bought up farmland right next to a strategic military base. That's probably the only vacant land in Nebraska they could find was next to a strategic military base. In Texas, China's using the shadow of TikTok to build a massive facility that will focus on spying on Americans. And now, in my home state of Michigan, China is tightening its grip on a chip manufacturing facility and is establishing this facility in Big Rapids. This company taking over this town is called Goshen, which is actually a subsidiary of a company that is owned and operated by the Chinese Communist Party. And when Goshen proposed this new plant, they sold a good story by promising 2,000 jobs and massive economic gains for the state, which actually Michigan could use some economic gains for our state. But we know the truth. Goshen is establishing its Big Rapids plant in order to extend its CCP influence in Michigan. They plan to utilize Chinese EV chip technology and send the profits of its productions right back to the CCP. And by the way, those 2,000 jobs that they promised, they'll be filled with Chinese workers, implanted from Beijing to work at this facility. Not to mention, wait for it, over $500 million in tax breaks from our governor will be used to subsidize these jobs and given to Goshen. And let's not forget, ironically, coincidentally, that Big Rapids is home to Ferris State University, which just got an accreditation from the Information Security and Intelligence Program. That seems like a coincidence, doesn't it? Well, I can assure you I'm not much for coincidences. This is a blatant move from the Chinese Communist Party to undermine the state of Michigan and gain greater access to our state and our country. Make no mistake about it, this Goshen plant poses a huge threat to our national security. And that's why I'm standing before you today to call out Goshen and the CCP for their plot to ransack Michigan. I will not stand for this blatant attack by the Communist Party, and I will not sit idly by and watch this happen. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.